Now you have an idea of how to find books and articles in the Law Library's collection. What would you do if you were looking for an item that the Law Library doesn't have? The first thing you'd need to check is whether another Georgetown library has this item. Let's go back to those search results for the book we were looking at before, After the War on Crime. We're going to pretend that the book didn't come up in our searches and that we've been able to determine that it is not included in the Law Library's collection. To rerun the same Gulliver search in the Main Campus catalog, you can click the Find at Main Campus button. This brings up results from George, the catalog for the Main Campus Georgetown Library, Lowinger, in addition to searching the collections of all of the other Georgetown libraries, like our science and medical libraries. You could also go to catalog.library.georgetown.edu to run a search directly in George. We at the Law Center can request items from these libraries through Intercampus Loan by clicking on the green Request button. This will allow you to log in with your NetID and select a pickup location for the book. You can select either the Williams or Wolff libraries, and then you will be asked to select the copy or volume you need before submitting your request. Items will be delivered to the circulation desks of whichever library you chose within 3 to 4 working days, and you will get an email notifying you when it has arrived. Finally, if the book is not in any Georgetown Library's collection, you may place an interlibrary loan request. You can do this with books, articles, and many other types of materials as long as they are not in Georgetown's collection. We have specialized instructions on ILL for journal staff on the journal portal page. Again, that's under Student Resources, and then for journal staff. Scroll down to the list of guides and select Interlibrary Loan Instructions for journal staff. The library uses Iliad as its platform for managing interlibrary loans. As stated on this page, you can use Iliad to obtain materials that are not available in the Law Library, available in the Georgetown Main Campus Library Book Collection, or accessible through the university's electronic databases. There is also a link here to written instructions on placing an intercampus loan in case you need a reminder. Journal editors will decide whether ILL requests should be placed under your own individual account or under a journal proxy account. If you're submitting requests under individual accounts and you haven't used Iliad before, you will need to set up your account. Clicking the Iliad link here brings us to a page that has links for both first-time users as well as for returning users who have already registered an account. First-time users will need to pick a username and password. Whatever email address you use, you need to be sure that your email service will accept messages from the Law Center domain so that your Iliad notices don't end up in your spam or junk mail folders. Notice the link to the ILL FAQs towards the bottom. Click the button at the very bottom to create your account. Once you've set up an account, you can log in to Iliad to request items, check on the status of a request, and view or renew checked out items. To place a new request directly in Iliad, select Book or Photocopy. Use Photocopy for things like articles or specific chapters or sections of a book or report. Next, enter the required information, and then click Submit Request. Another tool you can use to search for loan items, particularly if you're missing some required information about the item, is called WorldCat. From the home page, go to Research, and then select WorldCat from the list of frequently used databases on the right. So let's say I want to borrow a book called What's Bred in the Bone, and that I've confirmed that we don't have it in any of the Georgetown libraries. Think of WorldCat like a meta-catalog. It combines and searches the catalogs of libraries all over the world at one time. Because of this, and because different libraries might catalog the same book slightly differently, sometimes there are several records for the same item. This could also happen if there are multiple editions of the same book or different formats of the same book. If this happens, don't stress out about it. Just pick the record that looks like the best fit, given whatever you might know about the item you need. I'm going to select the first one. On this page, under Get This Item, one of the options I see is Click here to request via ILL, beside a button that says Iliad. Click either the words or the button, and it will have you log into Iliad unless you're logged in from before, and even better, it will autofill the form. Now I can just specify the use of the material, and then click the Submit Request button to get this book on its way to me. Our ILL staff will contact you if there are any problems or if they need more information. Items can take up to 2 weeks to arrive, so it's vital that you plan ahead when source collecting. That said, What if you have a deadline and you need an item sooner? You can also use WorldCat to search for other local libraries that might have an item in their collections. If you have a tight timeline, you can then visit the local library that has the item to do your source collection. From this page, click on Libraries Worldwide that Own Item. WorldCat will use your location to put local libraries at the top of the list. If I didn't see a local library in this list and I had a tight timeline, I might want to go back to those search results and check those other records for this book to see if any of those are held by a local library.